Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, Forrest Holman here, and welcome back to another watch along live stream. I know it has been some time since I last did this, but we're going to go back and do this and try to do this within the allotted time that we have left. We are currently almost 1 week away till Halloween night, so we're going to try to watch as many of the rest of the horror movies that I have to watch as much as possible. And if I am not able to watch them all, whatever I have left, I will carry over for next year for the next Halloween season, and we'll just go from there. But that's for the end of the month. But this is for now. As you can tell from the title, I will be doing a live watch along stream with the movie Child's Play 3, the third movie in the Child's Play slash Chucky movies, not including the 2019 remake of the original Child's Play. The reason why I'm not watching that is because, to be honest, while I'm pretty sure it is a decent movie at best, I will stick with the Chucky that we all have known and loved. Thank you very much. Well, I say we all know and love, but I'm pretty sure not everybody loves Chucky, but you get what I'm saying. Either way, we're gonna watch what I would probably consider the second, if not the absolute worst, movie in the Chucky series, but it's easily the worst in the original Child's Play trilogy outside of the Chucky movies. So without further ado, let's get right straight into it. First off, Forrest, you need to press the play button. That's a lot better, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit so that way we don't get no copyright stuff. And this will be the second and last time we will be seeing that Universal logo, which personally I feel like the one that they had before their current one is the best logo because that drum beat with that with the current one, like the instead of like how they did it before with the you know that I prefer the second way than the current way they got. But anyway, we're starting the movie off in the old good guy, the Playhouse factory uh, that Chucky was killed in, and already they poked a hole in the Charles Lee Ray Chucky doll, and now it's spewing out a whole crap ton of blood for some reason. You know, the one thing about this movie that I feel like part of the reason why this movie is not as good as it could have been was basically because of the fact that the movie was very rushed. If you looked at the history of the Child's Play movies, you will know that the time between uh, the release of the second movie to the release of the third movie was not even a year. Because the first movie came out in 1988, the second movie came out in 1990, and the third one came out about 10 months later in 1991. So, yeah, I think we can understand why this movie could have been better, but it wasn't. It's not the. I will say that while I won't say that a horror movie taking place in a military base or a military camp in this case may not be a bad idea, I do feel like it's kind of a weird combination between a military camp or a military camp slash base and a Chucky movie. But it's but I can sort of live with it. It just depends on what we got going, what we're talking about here, you know. So yeah. I will say though, even with some of the faults I have with the movie, I love the opening, like the intro that they do before they cut to the next scene. I really love this opening sequence. It's really good in my opinion. Child's Play 3. Justin Whalen. Perry Reeves. Jeremy Silvers. Peter Haskell and Duncan, Duncan Matthews. Travis Fine, Deacon Jacobson, Matthew Walker. Andrew Robinson as Sergeant Botnick. And Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky. Casting by Glenn Daniels. Chucky doll created by David Kirshner. Based on characters created by Don Mancini. So, long story short, uh, so this is actually a movie that, while it came out 10 months after Child's Play 2, the movie actually takes place about 8 years after. Uh, it takes place literally 8 years after after Child's Play 2. So, okay. Directed by Jack Bender. Okay. I love the Chucky movies. This one has some of my favorite theme music in the franchise. Oh yeah, I love the. I mean, I do. Oh, sorry. I mean, I do love the opening sequence, but there are some bits and pieces of this movie that I'm just like, it could be better. It really just could be better. Press the wrong button, but whatever. I'm gonna go here. Yeah. But yeah, I do. I also do enjoy the Chucky movies, even with even with this, even with a few of the hiccups that it has. I still enjoy the movie. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, even with what it's for the faults that it has, I still do enjoy the Chucky movies because even with the negatives, the positives also are there. And as for the question of what is my favorite Chucky movie, currently I haven't watched all of the Chucky movies, especially with the latest one that came out in 2017, Cult of Chucky. I have not seen that one at all yet. So outside of that movie, I would say it's a tie between Child's Play 2 and Curse of Chucky. Yeah, because I like Child's Play 2 because it is a really it's a one of my favorite sequels of all time, and I love Curse of Chucky because it returns into that gothic. It returns to the horror formula. It's sort of like with Child's Play 2, where you have your uh, scary moments, but it's also moments where he may say something that's actually, even in a dark humor sort of way, kind of funny. They did it in Child's Play 2, and Curse, in my book, is similar but also different in its own way. Uh, both very good picks. Thank you. Also, I find it very ironic with this moment where they casually talk about the Lakeshore Strangler, aka Charles Lee Ray. But if you watch the first movie, there's a bit of a gripe I have with that bit, with that movie, and that being because because like the news talks about Charles Lee Ray, and she's like, "Wait, who's Charles Lee Ray?" And it's like, "Do you not watch the news after your kid is in bed?" Like, I can understand not really watching the news when you got your kids, like, outside of watching for the weather and stuff, because some of the things that are on the news you probably wouldn't want your kids to be hearing. So it's kind of understandable why you would rather just watch the weather when your kids are awake, but then watch the full-fledged, uncensored news 100% after the kids are asleep, you know? I'm just saying.
Mr. Feinberg, before any of this happened, the good guy outsold all our other toys 2 to 1. Even now, interest in the marketplace is at its peak. The factory is up and running again. We should be in stores by next week. We cannot let the fantasies of one disturbed toy influence company policy.
You know, that actually is a good point. I mean, how many toys have we heard of that have been recalled due to something that was involving the doll? I mean, I could think of a few of them at the top of my head because when I was younger, I used to watch this YouTube channel known as Jeepers Media, and good golly, some of the toys he reviewed had some really interesting lines, very interesting lines being said. You had this one doll by Fisher Price. I forget the name of it, but it would say, like, people were claiming that it would say lines like, Islam is the light and Satan is the king. I can hear Islam is the light for sure, but I don't really hear Satan is the king. I just hear more baby noises. But okay. You had this Bratz baby doll that was allegedly saying some not so good words in it. Um, to the point to where people, like kids, actually thought it. Like this one news source was saying that a kid thought it was saying the F word at some point. Then you had the Potty Time with Elmo book, which was recalled and then re-released in 2008. But in the original 2005 version of the book, it when you press the Baby David button, you have it sounds like Elmo is laughing, and then he says, "Who wants to die?" Whereas in the 2008 re-release, he says something entirely different. I could go on and on and on, but if you want to know the one thing that would very much relate to this, there's a news video that is still up on YouTube. Multiple people have released. It's there are multiple videos of the same news source where you had this Tickle Me Elmo doll that, and this is going to sound very ironic, especially if you watch the first Child's Play movie, that had like had a battery switch taking place, and all of a sudden, instead of saying the usual lines, all of a sudden it was, and I'm not kidding when I say this, it was saying, quote, "Kill James," end quote. There was this one channel that made a reference to the Child's Play series by having the same Elmo doll basically say the lines that Chucky would say. And I mean Chucky, the killer doll, not Chucky, the good guy doll. And that's the truth. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. Tickle Me Elmo doll, and you'll probably see a number of videos sharing this news video uh, from from what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know if any like it has been years since I last seen it, but yeah, Adam Quayle and Graham Martin that got recalled for being too dangerous. Oh, dude, there were so many toys that were considered dangerous, whether they were or not. But yeah, the one that I could think of the most was the Easy Bake Oven. That's the one I could think of the most, and we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to move on.
One of the hardest things about this business is that it is a business. Doesn't matter what we're selling, whether it's cars, nuclear weapons.
Hello, Dirks. How you doing tonight? Also, I would, in some ways, agree. In other ways, eh, it's not that. It's not like the worst horror movie I've ever seen. But I feel like because of how the time period between when Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3 came out, that being literally 10 months apart, I feel like they could have done this a whole hell of a lot better than, like, I wouldn't say that it would be just as good as Child's Play 2, but I feel like if they were given enough time to work with this movie, it probably would have been a lot better than it turned out to be.
Yes. But the bottom line is the bottom line. And what are children, after all, but consumer trainings?
Wow, if that's what corporations feel about children, that's not really a good thing.
Andy Barclay is ancient history. No one remembers him. Nobody cares.
Hmm. But that guy's one viewpoint is valid, though. What would have happened if another doll if another doll impacted a child in a negative way? While he's not being very specific, it could actually happen. Depends on what's going on, though.
I have made up my mind. We're moving ahead. Thank you.
Hmm.
Mr. Sullivan, if there's nothing I can say to convince you, then I must go on record with my position. I'm completely against this.
Your position is crystal clear, Miles, and you can be sure you won't forget it.
Just a minute, folks. Please, Mr. Sullivan, we have a little surprise for you. Guys at the factory sent this over. I wanted you to have it. It's the first one off the assembly line. The good guy of the 90s.
Yep, and with that music and with that camera angle, you know Chucky is in that box. Oh yeah, so I'm going to be cherry picking some of the moments here because I know there are going to be moments in this movie that make literally no sense. I mean, like I did that with Child's Play 2, as good of a movie as that is. So you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be doing it with this movie and every other Child's Play movie going forward.
Well, there's nothing else.
Fine.
It's just my wife's expecting me. It's our anniversary.
Fine, Petzo.
What? Guess I could review the report after dinner. Good night, Mr. Sullivan.
Right?
Hmm. And all of a sudden, Sullivan, for 1 minute, went from sitting in his chair to taking his tuxedo coat off and putting it on his couch. Alright, so now for question number one. Okay? question number one on how does this even work? You have Chucky, if you've had Chucky in that box. That box doesn't look like it is moved at all. Outside of, like, it may have leaned forward a few inches to the, like, going this way. So my question is, how the hell did Chucky get out of that box while it is still leaning like that? I could understand if if he secretly was trying to quietly move the box down to its side, and that's how he would get out. I can kind of see that, but with how that box is positioned on the screen, it literally makes no sense as to how he got out. Yes, I'm gonna be cherry picking the hell out of this. Alright, so we can obviously tell this is Chucky, I guess. Watching Sullivan's every move. Oh shit, he's coming this way. Gotta go down under the tape. Gotta go down under the desk. Hmm. Yep, that's what you should do after a long, hard day at work. Just sit back, kick your feet up, and just enjoy a nice drink of whatever the you're drinking. Yeah, you gotta get the remote. Always gotta have the remote handy, don't you?
Well, despite a downdraft in the bond market, stocks were able to post a rally on Friday thanks to a couple of different factors. Not only did the unexpected employment report cover some recession fears, but also
What
a
the?
successful rebound in China's forecast for July and the third consecutive week or so.
You know, I never noticed that. I never noticed that golf club being moved. To me, it's like I honestly, this is literally the first time I've ever noticed that golf club moving like that. Well, first time for everything, right? And the dude is gonna play golf in his room. Okay, hey, it's his room. Who am I to judge? Hey, Chucky! Oh, we all know what he's going for here. Get those marbles. TV turned off. What the? I don't recall turning off the TV. Ah, shit. What the hell? The hell happened to my remote? Hmm. And not really in the mood of golf anymore. Yeah, don't you hate it when you lose your remote and it happens to go either inside or under your couch? I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh look, Chucky's helping the guy out with his remote.
T-bills and bonds headed south on strong unexpected economic data, which served to dampen the U.S. dollar. The dollar index up a quarter point. The CRB index up 43 at 230. Crude oil. March crude up 32 cents.
Alright, time to spill the marbles. I just love how it just does just that siren going off, and then all of a sudden it hits that leg. of that one thing, and then it just woo, it just like stops right there. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, question number two: how the fuck did Chucky get that train to move? I can understand the toys on the ground, but that train, unless he magically had a ladder or something appear to help him do that, that makes literally no fucking sense. Ooh. God damn it, not that helicopter. I like that helicopter. What the hell? What?
Hey, wanna play? Hey, wanna play? I like to be hugged. I like to be hugged. Hi, my name is Larry. Hi, my name is Polly. Hey, wanna play? Hey, wanna play? I like to be hugged. I like to be hugged. Hi, my name is Larry. Hi, my name is Polly. Hey, wanna play? Hey, wanna play? I like to be.
Hmm. That's suspicious. Well, there's something. Oh, damn! Chucky with that shot to the face of that club.
Don't fuck with the Chuck.
Now, if you were in this position, you're in a high rise building in your office, and you can't really move because Chucky pretty much broke your back by using those marbles. How would you get out of this situation? Oh, Chucky's hitting a dart. See, this is what's wrong with kids' toys from back in those days. They were too damn dangerous. I mean, you got something that was pointy enough that it could stab a man in the back. Chucky is actually helping the toy market, letting them know how dangerous some of these toys can be. And the funny part is he doesn't even realize it. That is a joke, but it is also kind of serious when you think about how many kids have died due to the because of the toys that they've owned or that their parents bought for them. Yeah. Alright, Chucky's had his fun, and now Sullivan is good as dead.
Just like the good old days. Nothing like a strangulation to get the circulation going.
Literally walking on this man's corpse like a badass. Well, mainly an asshole, but still.
This goddamn body. Where are you, you little shit?
So let's see here. Let's read this real quick. File Andy Barkley, present age 16 years, remanded to Kent Military School. Psychological history. Subject has had a history of delinquent activities, prompting probation and juvenile authorities' jurisdiction, but at no time did our officers violate sections 3.4.546b or 3.4.5t4a of the Penal Code in and for the state regarding the subsections pertaining to minor children. That is what his file says. Alright. And now we are at Kent Military School.
took me away from my mother. She's under special care. I know that. I meant how come you never got settled anywhere? Trust me, Carlos. I can read, Barkley. I'm asking you.
Hmm.
I never felt comfortable with those people. They weren't family, they were strangers. All right, listen up, Barkley. I'm willing to cut you some slack because you've had it so rough. But you're a troublemaker. And I got a real problem with troublemakers. They don't fit into the system. So here's my advice. Grow up. You're not a kid anymore. It's time to forget these fantasies of killer dolls. Yes, sir. When I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things.
How ironic with that tagline that they used for this movie. They say, like, how did it go? I gotta remember the tagline here. I think it was like, there comes a time when, there comes a time to put away childish things, but some childish things just won't stay put. I think that was the tagline, or at least close to the tagline for this movie. So how ironic they used that line as well as the tagline for the movie.
Look alive, Barkley, on your feet. At 10th, we take bedwetters and turn them into men. Yes. Oh, yes. We're seeing some skin now, aren't we?
So I just want to point out the fact this barber seems to have like this thing for hair. I don't know what that kind of thing is, or if that is even the case. But I swear to God, he has such a thing for hair. Be, because apparently he's trying to get people to quote unquote be bald. Speaking of which,
Cristo, you're bald.
Holmes feels a little weird at first.
Next.
also, it should be pointed out that the kid that's playing as Tyler, it's interesting how he has an Atari Lynx. He because at this time Nintendo was dominating the handheld gaming market, but other game systems, Atari, like other companies, Atari, uh, Sega, you know, those were the only two. I guess those were the probably the only two most well-known systems that were handheld. But by that point, the Game Boy was so many years, literally, so many years ahead of those two releases that it was just dominating the handheld gaming market. And in a way, it still does. Because, in a way, you could kind of say that the Switch is a handheld system because you have the option of either playing it on TV or playing it on the go, which I think is probably the best concept ever known to man. Period. Um, so yeah, but even then, the Game Boy was so successful. You had the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance SP, and the Nintendo DS, DSi, and 3DS. All that before, and in a way, the Wii U, but I don't know how good the Wii U handheld is compared to the Switch.
Romans invented the military style. You know why?
Why?
To keep their hair short. So the enemies couldn't grab a hold of it in battle. And slit their throat. Hold still.
We're back, and we're better than ever. Play with me. Uh-oh, there's a friend of
Oh shit.
Hey, who are you?
You know, funnily enough, they say we take bedwetters and turn them into men. You got a little boy here, and they also have a TV where they're playing an advertisement for a kid's toy. Does that make any sense at all? Doesn't to me. And now here come the flashbacks for Andy Barkley.
I just come from the Good Guy Clubhouse, and I'll be your friend to the end. You will? I will. Hi-ho! All aboard! Fly, fly, fly! With me, your friend to the end. Play, dog. Play now.
Love Child's Play. Well, that it's said it will. Well, that's. Yeah, to be fair, that little boy is about to experience what Andy Barkley experienced when he was that boy's age, if not a little bit younger. Yeah. So who knows how that doll is going to affect this that. By the way, that kid, the kid you're referring to, the character's name is Tyler. Uh, even though they haven't technically said it yet. So after he gets his hair cut, he goes into his bunk. We're gonna see how this goes for him. Hmm? Oh, Chucky has a connection to Andy. Andy. Kenneth is back up to Andy. Well, he was also well, he also had more of a logical explanation with that. Basically, he believed that because he was in a new body, uh, he could uh, use someone else as a bit of a like. Basically, it's not really as much about Andy anymore in regard to Chucky, because now Chucky is going to be going after Tyler. But we haven't gotten to that point yet, so it's technically a spoiler. But if you watch this movie, you probably already know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Something's behind that door. What is it gonna be?
Are you okay? Bastards! Fucking bastards! What happened?
Shelton, that's what happened. Shelton has goddamn lackeys.
Thank you, I'm fine.
Mandy.
You must be new. Otherwise, maybe I'll start in the morning.
Get you out of here. Certainly it's the person is the first name.
Yeah, right. God.
Barkley. Whitehurst. Carol Aubrey for the record.
So,
Who's this Shelton? Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Fred C. Shelton. He's God around here. Don't expect any mercy from him.
open to hell, Barkley.
Well, I mean, even the theatrical trailer for the movie even said, "Welcome to Hell on Earth," referencing this.
All present.
present and accounted for, sir.
To measure us?
Hmm. I remember going to Blockbuster and seeing all three next to each other. You know, funnily enough, this was my very first Child's Play movie. This actually was my very first Child's Play movie. I did see a little tiny bit of Child's Play 2, but I switched the movie to something else because after I actually watched Child's Play 3, like bits and pieces of it, I got in trouble for it the next day because my mother was known to be very protective of me of what I watch. My dad, on the other hand, was the exact opposite. He told me one time when I was saying, I, because I remember my dad one time was saying, I personally didn't care what you want. I mean, like outside of the, Playboy stuff, the girls gone wild advertisements, that type of stuff. Obviously, that'd probably be his break. That'd probably be crossing the line. But outside of that, he didn't mind even the WWE back in the day, back in those times, he probably would not have cared that I watched them. My mom, like, I kid you not, October of 2007, going into 2008, I remember I was 13 years old at the time, and my mom was like, "You're too young for something like that." And the funny part is, this was when WWE was TV 14. And she's saying to me, a 13-year-old, that I'm too young for that. And I'm like, Mom, it's PG-13. What the? But anyway, 2 is the best of the original. I would agree with that. I would agree with that 100%. But also Undertaker, Sting, Stone Cold. Undertaker and Stone Cold. Yeah, those will probably be the three that people most that probably the people remember most. If not, I could probably think of a few of the wrestlers at the top of my head from that time period. You had Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Triple H, um, Rikishi. Let's see who else was there. Excuse me, the New Age Outlaws, Kane, yes, Kane. The Big Show. Who else? Who else? Who else? Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys. Uh, yeah, those guys from those times. Rob Van Dam, Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko. I would say the fourth guy, but I'm not gonna do it. But if you watched it back in those days, you know. I'll just say a different character name for this person. I'll just say Pegasus Kid. Because while I'm not technically saying his name, it is referencing him, but I'm not actually saying the name, just a character that he played as. Before then, yeah. Which is ironic because, like I said, I started watching wrestling in October of 2007, which was actually like 2 months before uh, the man behind the name of Pegasus Kid, uh, the whole thing that happened with him and his family. And we're not going to talk about that. Truthfully, sometimes I wonder if somebody else actually did do the deed that I'm referring to, but other times it's like, technically speaking, due to the evidence behind it, he is technically guilty. But of course, you never know. Things could have been uh, circumstantial, or they were uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think it would be circumstantial evidence, but again, because I don't know the full details of every little thing that happened, yeah. Dude, I need a. Yes, I do! I have way too many books. I have way too many. My father is, gonna. I need to clean up my room a bit more, like tidy it up more. But my father is looking to give me a bookshelf that I can put all these books on. But I got him here also because at the very top is where I'm starting these books after I get this small pile of books here done. And I do mean a small pile because there's not too many there. But yes, I know I need a bookshelf. I know. I don't need to be reminded. Hmm.
You're a new boy, huh? Yeah. How you doing? Pretty good. Who said you could look at me? Do you know who I am?
What part you at? Uh, if you're referring to the movie, I'm at the part where they do the line where when they're lining up. But also, if you're wondering about that, I still, yeah, I still need to get that small pile and then I can work on this. But I do have a box that I'm going to be putting them there. But yeah. Anyway,
That's Lieutenant Colonel Shelton to you, asshole.
Lieutenant Colonel Shelton.
Lieutenant Colonel Shelton.
Lieutenant Colonel Shelton. Sir, what's your name, dickweed? Barkley.
Sir. Sir. Louder. Louder.
damn.
You are without a doubt the most pathetic thing I have ever seen. Wouldn't you agree? I asked you a question, Nimrod. No, sir. I don't agree, sir. Are you contradicting me, you sorry ass sack of shit?
Is this man really trying to be like that one drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket? I swear to God, that's exactly who I feel like he's trying to sound like. Also, I have that movie too, by the way. I do have Full Metal Jacket.
What did you say?
I said you asshole, sir!
Damn.
Yes, I do, sir.
She says with a smirk on her face.
Why don't you drop and give me 25 right now?
25 what, sir?
25 push-ups to Silva.
Alright.
1, sir. 2, sir. Now you 3, women, sir. 4, sir. I think that because you're so much more delicate, sir. 7, you deserve some sort of special treatment. Sir. 9, sir. Once a month, we're just gonna get on out of your way. 12, sir. 13, well, you can forget 14, it. Sir. 15, the same rules apply for everybody. 18, sir. 19, sir. Only the fittest survive. 21, sir. 22, sir. 23, sir. One-handed.
Wow, really, dude?
24, sir. 25, sir.
Recover.
Hmm. So, Andy's got a new love interest.
How you doing, Tyler? Sorry. Nothing from your dad today.
Hmm.
Listen, he's busy flying jets to 10 other countries.
Get right to you when he gets a chance. Hey,
I got a job for you.
Really?
why don't you give this to the new kid for me? Barkley.
Yes, sir.
Assholes. I mean, to be fair, he couldn't see, so that's why he bumped into them. But still, it doesn't need to be assholes to the boy. Oh, better pick that up. Uh-oh. So instead of doing as he's told, the boy is gonna take the doll for himself. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
You.
I thought you got.
Wait a minute, how the hell did he get out of that box? There's no way he could have gotten out of that box, but whatever.
You only said 3 sentences.
I'm new and improved.
I never saw a doll like you before.
All right, kid. Fun's over. Where the hell's Andy?
Andy?
Can't you read? He was supposed to get this package. Tampering with the mail is a federal offense.
This coming from a guy, this coming from a doll with the soul of a serial killer that kills people. But has a problem. He doesn't have a problem with killing people. Foreshadowing. Uh, but he does have a problem with people tampering with mail. Okay, that makes so much sense. It's gonna, you know what? Hold on. I can, this is literally on the verge of, like, the Joker. There was a moment in this 1990s Batman cartoon and Batman animated series from the 1990s where at one point, he is given a total of something involving, like having to pay his taxes, and when he sees this total, he flips back out of his desk. Literally, his chair goes backwards as he falls off on it. And one of his hits was like $1.7 million. Yeah, and if I don't pay up by tonight, be ta- they'll take me away for tax evasion. I may be crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS? No, thank you. And then he just pushes the guy away. It goes on with that. He has no problem doing things to people like doing his laughing gas and not straight up killing them, but he has a problem with dealing with the IRS. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Your best friend?
He's more than that. He's my new lease on life.
Really?
Please. I got a new box. Can I you tell me
About my little secret.
so, what's your name, kid?
Connor. What's yours? Chucky.
My real name is Charles E. Ray.
And now Tyler is about to get involved in something that he is going to ultimately regret getting involved in. Damn, bro. Couldn't even hit the target. I mean, I can't say anything because, Whitehurst is like, dude, I don't have very many bullets of mine. Don't ask me.
Is there anything you can't do?
Yeah. Can't seem to get some answers, guys.
Barkley, think it's over. So, you show me?
Yeah, sure.
See. Hey, Tyler, Tiffany's gonna. That military chick is kinda hot. Yeah, she is a good looking chick. I will agree. Also, we're a little bit behind that line. Well, he already established the kid, established the kid as being his next target, but we haven't gotten to that second bit yet. Oh, special moment.
No, keep both eyes open.
Keep your sights on the target.
I love how she's shaking her head a little bit as she sees him looking down. It's really funny.
Squeeze the trigger, don't fall. You're not concentrating.
You know, it was really great what you did for us back there at Formation.
I'll show you the major.
Close enough. Not not a bad shot, but closer to the target. Hey, Daniel Barry, how you doing tonight?
What do you call this game anyway?
Hide the soul. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
Whatever you say, Charles.
I hate to wait and Bella. Give me the power and beg of you.
Damn, already trying to get the soul. What? Shit. This little boy is so innocent to the point where he's telling Chucky to stop swearing. Telling Chucky to stop swearing is like telling Freddy to get the fuck out of your nightmares. It ain't gonna happen. That's literally the truth. Telling Chucky to stop swearing is like telling Freddy to stay out of my nightmares. It ain't gonna happen.
We don't play with dolls, do we now, Tyler? Dolls are for girls.
But Charles was your new best friend.
Okay, I'm just gonna point out, where the hell have you been with this doll? Because there are some dolls out there that are for both ages, particularly plushies that could be for both boys and girls alike. Dolls technically are not always for girls. Like take Tuffy for example. You also got Cabbage Patch Kids. I would not be surprised if there was at least one boy that was interested in a Cabbage Patch doll.
Tyler, you know better than to talk back to the superior officer.
Yes, sir.
Clean that up. I'll take care of this.
I'll be back.
Wow.
Get that weapon up, Barkley!
Platoon! Halt!
Oh look, there's a Chucky doll. Oh, now he notices him.
Goddamn majorette over here. I'm not used to counterfeit. Does this look like a gun to you, Barkley?
It's a rifle! Major Ellis, sir! Would you please show the new boy the difference?
This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for shooting, and this is for fun.
Really?
Soldier's left.
This is best friend.
Hmm. Now, why didn't he shut that door?
Where are you? I'm coming.
Well, why are you looking so angry at this man? He did nothing to you. Also, how to... Question number 3, I think. This is actually the third or fourth question. How does Chucky get out of this shit? The first time was the box where it was at an angle, but still not enough for him to get out of it. And now here, he is somehow able to climb out of a garage. Garage, what? A garbage, the back of a garbage truck like that, which I'm pretty certain is not that easy to climb out of for a doll-sized person. But still, how does he get out of this? Some of this shit don't make any sense. As I said before, I'm gonna cherry pick the shit out of this movie with questions that I have. I did it with Child's Play 2, which is one of my favorite sequel movies ever. But I still treated it like that, so I'm gonna be doing the same with the rest of these other movies. Oh, here it comes. So let's be honest here. Chucky just killed a garbage man because he was doing his job. And that's the very first bit of gore we've ever had in a Chucky movie. Yeah, this is the very first gory kill in a Chucky movie.
Exactly, Barkley.
Show us some toys for surprise inspections.
What are you doing? It looks like you polished yourself his shoes. What makes you polish his shoes? No, after that, this time it's my turn.
Hmm. 。
What?
。
What?
Hmm. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。
talk with that doll today? No, what doll?
He was trying to get that for the accident earlier. Good guy, don't live with us.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Not in a good way for Andy. Ah.
like that was human.
I'm gonna wash it up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Archie, I almost forgot. Who did Darko and Nancy get that package?
What package? Said he got a package in the mail. That little kid Tyler was supposed to bring to. Didn't you get it? No.
Hmm. Okay, question number 5. Chucky was just in that box. How the hell did he get out of there? Because he's trying to keep a low profile in that box. Because Whitehurst was coming back in, so he had to shut that box, shut the box lid. How did he get out of there when there's no visible holes in there? I told you I'm going to cherry pick this shit. I wasn't kidding when I said I was going to cherry pick it. Well, the knife is gone, but we already kind of figured that out. There's a picture of Andy and his mom. He's just slowly crawling out. The way he looks as he's crawling out, it's kind of funny to me.
Long time no see, pal.
No, you're dead. We killed you.
You know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
You're not even a good guy anyway, so that don't mean nothing to you.
Andy, how you grow.
You're not gonna kill me. You need me. You need to transfer your soul into my body.
Wrong again, Wimp. I got some fresh meat lined up, and I'm not gonna let you spoil it. Not this time.
Tyler.
Yeah. Just think. Chucky's gonna be a bro.
He really had to say that, though.
I'm not gonna let you near that kid.
How does he know to turn into a doll after that?
What's the matter, Barkley? You homesick?
You miss your mommy?
What the fuck is this?
Don't be sure, alright? I bullshit. Just give me back the doll. You listen to me. You tell Whitehurst he's off the hook. I got my shit for next week.
Oh, shit.
Clean up this mess. Got 5 minutes. What about the doll? The kid says his birthday's coming up.
I'm actually gonna have it, don't you?
Okay, then. Later that night. Hmm. Let's see what's going to happen in the nighttime. Hmm. What the hell was that gurgling noise? Was that supposed to be thunder? Or rain or something? Yeah, there's the thunder. Hmm. Surprisingly, he is a heavy sleeper. Oh, well, a knife is missing. That's not good. Oh, what the hell?
No, stop! What are you doing in my room, Parker? You wouldn't believe me. Where's the doll, Barkley? Where's the fucking doll? You took it, didn't you? No! What's going on? Somebody sure as hell took it.
And so now, because he's off awake and pissed off, they all gotta do this. Okay.
It's almost midnight, Colonel. Is this really necessary?
I'm trying to weed out a thief, sir. You always told me how important it is to uphold the school's code of honor. I'm simply trying to impress that upon the men, sir.
Really?
All right, Chuck, you make your point. But I want everybody back inside at 0100 hours.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
By the time we get through with Barkley's gonna be living in a whole world full of shit. We've only got an hour, so let's make it count. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
All right, ladies. Get those weapons in the air. I want to see them fire. Fire!
Making me throw up. Dead, new boy.
Fucking geek.
Wow. Oh, I know when this is gonna happen. I've seen this movie before, so I know what's about to happen there.
Dear Charles, you're not coming for me, your best friend. Shit.
Yep, Tyler is playing a game here. Uh,
Come and find me.
this boy.
Double time! Now please up, ladies! Parker, where the kids? Not the part of what?
Combat. Ballet slippers. Come on, move. Berkeley. Last one for the kids. Get the light out. Come on, move it. Faster, faster. Let's go, bro. People digging inside. Come on.
Whoa. Oh damn.
Hell of a punch there, Parker.
Damn. He actually got himself a little bit more trouble than he's in already. Oh, here we go. I can already tell Chucky's had enough of this shit.
Tyler, come out wherever you want.
He sounds all.
The arson free.
Get out here, you little son of a bitch.
He literally went from like, okay, to like, get out here, you little son of a bitch.
What are you trying to prove? Forget it. No, really, I want to know. All right. The doll's alive. He's after Tyler. You're right. Forget it. I just hope he can take care of himself.
Like always, nobody believes him. So what are they doing now? Of course, it's how cute he is. That's when they're about to get to the juicy part. What?
Posting guard? Yes, sir. Oh, right. His real name is Charles Lee Ray. Oh, is that so? Give me a look. What are you doing? Wait, stop. Don't go into the baby.
He's not even doing anything.
Don't do that. Don't. You look stupid. You're making him look like a wood. Please. You guys, someone's coming. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that chainsaw sound effect? I swear to God, it sounded like a chainsaw was running. What the hell was that? Oh, Chucky is pissed. He's been, what's the word I'm looking for? He's been enough shit for one movie already. Hmm. What the? Hmm. Oh, I feel like I know that's a reference to a part to what we were talking about, what was discussed earlier. But alright then. That's in the Stone Cold comment. We've already been past that conversation. Ah, thought you threw away that good night on, did you? We all know horror movie villains are harder to put down than simply throwing them in the trash can. Okay, that one. I don't know if there would be if that's questionable about how he would get himself out of that trash can like that. Because yeah, he is a bit lower to the ground compared to the garbage truck, but I don't know if that still amounts to him getting out of that can or not. Hmm. Hey, Chucky with a knife.
Are you gotta be fucking kidding me?
No, he is not kidding you. He is actually suffering a heart attack. And that is what kills him. It's the heart attack. Because he got a heart attack because Chucky jump scared him so badly that it's not even funny.
He lives through 2 tours in Nam, and then one night he just drops dead. Doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
Eddie! We will now take a moment of silence to honor Colonel Cochran.
He was a fine man, and he will be sorely missed. Lay your head for prayer.
Take
Hmm.
It's getting pretty shaggy, Carlson. I want to see you on Friday.
Listen,
Hmm.
Monday for BPM. Yes, sir. Man.
Like I said, fascination for haircuts.
Easy. Look at
I just love how she just waves her hair. Like, I dare you to touch my hair, sir. Like, goddamn. It's really.
You're a disgrace. When's the last time you had a trim?
2 weeks ago, Sergeant?
and you think I want to see you right after breakfast. You got it? Yes, sir, Sergeant Botnick, sir. Well, what are you looking at, new boy? Wednesday.
Didn't you just cut his hair?
What are you doing? You just get up in the middle of mess?
Really, dude? Don't be an asshole.
Eddie!
Hi, Parker. What's up?
Gotta talk to you about Chucky.
You mean Charles?
Have you seen him?
play.
Listen to me, Tyler. No matter what he says, no matter what he promises you, you've got to stay away from him. Don't let him fool you. He's bad.
Trump isn't bad. He's a good guy. It says so on his shirt.
He lies, Tyler. Believe me, he's bad news. He's hurt a lot of people. I think Colonel Cochran was one of them.
This is just because he's my best friend now instead of yours.
Oh.
Look, back to this. Whitehurst, you are, without a doubt, the sorriest excuse for a soldier to ever disgrace these walls. Face it, you're not cut out for this life. Why don't you do yourself a favor and get the hell out of Kent? If I had any choice in the matter, I would, sir. Smart. Presto. Your ball.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, look. Something tells me he just happened to put his hand through that area and then just pushed him out to give you that little jump scare. Just a guess.
Touch again.
Good question. Nobody fucking knows why or how.
Here could be regulation soldier. When's the last time you had a trim? Huh?
It's a goodbye.
Ah, here it comes. You know, I want to point out, first off, that is a funny line, how he uses the barber's own Presto, you're bald line against him. But also, there's a second thing. If you watch the theatrical trailer for this movie, you will see there's a moment in it where he says to the guy, like, where after he moves his head up a little bit, he says, regulate this. And I'm guessing that's when he slits his throat. And then he says, presto, you're dead. Like, I guess it was either a choice between that line or this line, if I had to guess. Personally, both lines would have worked okay together, but whatever.
Definitely you.
Annual war games have been an unbroken tradition here at Kent for over 50 years. Colonel Cochran was a man who believed in the value of tradition. He not only would have wanted us to go on, he'd have ordered us to go on. Therefore, the war games will proceed as scheduled. Lieutenant Colonel Sheldon, command the blue team. Major Rollins will head up the red. The objective is simple: to capture the other team's flag, bring it back here safely to base. pick up your weapons in the armory before moving out.
We will be using the standard issue Springfield Soldier 3.
Your ammo. If you get hit, you're dead.
Lights back to base.
Commanders,
Take charge of your team. May the best team win. Good luck, men and women.
Ask him to join us. Looks like Ron is in a pretty bad mood today. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
Hmm.
Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, even Andy notices it and he doesn't believe it.
The sound is slow but pretty steady.
So, this is, I do agree with Dead Meat. I think he was the one that, James, James A. Janice, Dead Meat. He does bring up a good point in that this is actually dark. Like that moment where Chucky takes the paint ammo for actual ammo, that is a really dark moment in this movie because you don't really think Chucky would go that far, but he does in this movie.
what's going on, Whitehurst? You saw something, didn't you? You saw Chucky. Don't look down on me now, Whitehurst. I need your help. That kid needs your help.
Didn't see anything. Okay? I didn't see anything at all.
Dude, your attitude is telling a whole different story.
Now let's just make sure all the perimeters are secured. Yes.
Check for the windows. And the babysitter first thing. Something. Like something being dragged across the floor upstairs. And suddenly she thinks, I haven't checked on the children.
I know exactly what this is a reference to. This is a reference to what is known as the babysitter story. Basically, it involves a babysitter. Duh. No, no, duh, Forrest. Really? Anyway, there it involves a babysitter keeping an eye on the children. Then, when she puts them to bed, she goes down the stairs and watches TV. And then she gets a phone call from some guy. And it's whatever it is. But then he asks her, have you checked the children? And all kinds of stuff happens. With the ultimately big reveal being as as she calls the police after dealing with this guy enough times. But at one point, when she answers the phone call, she thinks it's the killer again, but it turns out to be the officer on the other end of the line. He says, "Hey, listen, we traced the call. It's coming from inside the house, and all kinds of what was that? I don't know what that was, but okay. By the way, as soon as I say what I just said that the call is coming from inside the house, I hear a noise right here. But anyway, now the thing is with that story, it doesn't have a definitive ending. some stories end with the babysitter escaping, but the kids have already died, or the killer has managed to kill both the kids and the babysitter, or both the kids, all the kids and the babysitter escape. There is literally no definitive ending to that story. Yeah.
So she hurries to the top of the stairs, and when she gets there, she sees her blueprint, completely dismembered, dragging himself across the floor by his chin. Thump.
Okay, so it's not the babysitter story, but uh, but yeah.
Hey, you guys. I got a better story, and it's true.
It's about this mental institution that's a few miles away from here.
Oh, what is this? A reference to Halloween?
Hope it wasn't something I said.
No. I'm sorry. So, where do you think the red team's camped out?
Could be anywhere. Show me if anyone notices.
Hmm.
By the way, you can call me Kristen.
What?
Kristen. It's my first name. Do you have one?
Andy.
Come on, Andy. I want to show you something.
All right.
Pretty cool, huh?
A fair. Hmm.
Almost forgot there were places like that. People just go and have fun. Listen. Somebody's out there.
It's bright as the chipmunk or something.
Really?
Nothing scares you, does it?
And there's the kiss.
And I really got to get out of this body.
Chucky the jealous type. Okay. All right, Chucky. I know. I get you. You the jealous type. All right.
We're going after Tyler.
Pretty creepy and who we're finding. Want to bet? Swiped this from Shelton's tent. He sent out a reconnaissance mission right before we pitched camp. The red team was somewhere around here.
That kid's a sitting duck.
White nurse.
Now, are you with me or not? I'm sorry, I can't.
Can't or won't. Every time someone says I can, I sometimes have to ask that question. Because sometimes I feel like not everybody, but I feel like there are some people out there that just won't do something for one reason or another. Whether it's a good reason or a bad reason. If it's a good reason, I understand it. If it's a bad reason, I just let it be known.
Up and at him, ladies. We're moving out. Want this camp to be a ghost town in 5 minutes.
I thought we were going till dawn, so
Someone stole the reconnaissance map
back in Colonel's tent.
and we're making a move now. Keep going, Andy.
Whitehurst.
You wouldn't know anything about a missing map, would you?
Really?
Feeling perfect. Whitehurst! Colonel Shelton, you better have a look in here, sir. What is this? Martha thought AWOL. Stone map.
That little fucking traitor's doubling for the Reds.
Is he though? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Here's Andy. Whitehurst, where is he?
Platoon, halt! Right. Silva, you don't take the right flank. So you can take the left. I want you to check in on the radio every 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Move. The rest of us are going to spread out and meet up with Ellis at Split Rock. Move out. Whitehurst, move.
Thanks for coming after me. What are friends for?
Wow.
That was close.
Now, play I the soul.
I'm tired. I don't want to play that dumb game anymore.
Huh.
You're a fucking drag, you know that?
Wow.
Shut your mouth, Charles.
Stop calling me that!
Whoa!
What's the knife for?
Good soldier is always prepared, Tyler.
Barkley was right. You're not a good guy.
Sorry, kid, you got me. There. Now, assume the position.
Oh! Damn! Uh-oh.
Get back here!
Damn. This boy got some balls when he needed it most.
Barkley, you fucking traitor, give me my map!
Listen to me, Shelton. You got any idea what we do to traitors, Barkley? Tyler's in trouble.
Come on, now, just back me up.
He's not going to.
Ellis phone number. Yes, sir.
Silva, Siegel, do you copy?
Silva, you copy?
Hmm.
Siegel's on his way back, sir. No word yet from the Silva.
Well, keep trying this up.
Okay, Tyler? Well, looks like we got ourselves a little POW.
Barkley, you were right. Charles is fast. He comes to Turkey.
Yes, Charles. Come in, Barkley, come in. Who the hell is that?
Charles!
Who is this? Put Barkley on your head.
Ah! Oh, damn.
Representative.
Uh-oh.
What do you want?
I want the kid. Bring him up to the old chief or there'll be hell to pay. Andy, don't do it.
De Silva! You hear that, Barkley?
Don't touch him, you son of a bitch.
Now bring me the kid or I'll waste it. Red team,
Red team, come in, red team.
This is red team. Over.
We got a situation up here at the old Jeep. Blue team sighted. Advise you to move your troops in.
hope they like the taste of lead. Now just sit back and watch the sparks fly.
Oh, shit.
All right. You two are gonna go on up ahead. Throw them out. The rest of us are gonna circle around.
Tell me this guy's dangerous. All right, Barkley, it's only pain.
He has no idea what's about to happen.
Let's do it.
He thinks it's just paint, but he has no idea what this guy is capable of.
Here, Barkley.
Yeah, me too.
All right, kid. Get over here.
No! Don't fuck with me! I'll blow all of you to pieces.
Damn. Uh-oh. Here they come.
Hold your fire!
Something's not right here.
So well is it? Hi, soldier.
There's the middle finger.
Off with me.
And here they come, the red team. Uh-oh.
Right!
Stay the fuck down until their ammo is out. What? Oh, Tyler just... Dude was so focused on what was happening between the teams.
Oh God, he's not breathing. Get away from him.
He was so focused on what was going on between the two teams. He's so focused on the two teams that he completely disregarded Tyler, and that gave Tyler enough of an advantage to get the hell away from there. Oh, fun fact, sayonara is actually Japanese for goodbye. Uh-oh. That grenade is a live round now. Someone's gotta take care of that.
Mark on the radio. Yes, sir. Give me a minute. I'll be right now. Everybody stay calm. Cena wants that radio!
Dude, I cannot blame. Who knows what kind of. And I mean this, I'm not saying this in a joking manner whatsoever, because I know this is a real deal that could happen. But I honestly wonder how many of those people there are gonna suffer PTSD because of what happened that night. I genuinely wonder about that. And it's kind of messed up when you think about it, how we're going from, it's kind of weird how we're going from what just happened in that battle simulation scene to this amusement park. Oh, damn. Security guard has nothing, has everything against rock music.
Have a seat. My friend does something bad.
Sure does.
What about your friend? What's his name? Charles? I bet you Charles didn't mean it. I bet you he's hurt his car.
No, he isn't. He wants to hurt me.
He's gonna hurt you. And I will cheer you up. You're black man.
God, how did Chuck get in there? Anyway. It's like, I knew he was looking for Tyler, but where was he found? That's my main question, is where was he found? Because I could understand him being in there because the security guard found him, but where was he found? If he wasn't found within the park's parameter, there's no reason for him to be in there. Hmm.
Hey, come if somebody's seen it.
Yep. There's the reason why he's looking down and the music is right there. It's because security guard is dead.
Wait,
Yeah? Gotta gotta protect yourself.
in there.
Oh,
Don't even think about it. Come on.
how the hell does? Wow, he is such a mind reader. It's crazy.
In there!
What the hell kind of laugh was that? Yeah, this is definitely 90s. Because I bet you half of the, at least most if not half of that happening on this ride would scare anybody outside of kids today. Case in point. Alright. Chucky's gonna have to hide from him again. Well, he's gonna stay out of Chucky's line of sight again. How do they know that they're there? What was that laugh? Alright, it's time for the final battle. Oh. Ooh. Oh shit! God damn! That sight just literally cut a chunk of his face off. Hmm. Climbing up, well, flying up all the way to Skull Mountain, and Chucky is going up there by grabbing on the animatronics legs. Whoa! There's the fan. Whoa! Lucky! Oh shit! Ooh! You got lucky. Damn, how long? It's ironic how it was pretty short in Child's Play 2, but here it's long as shit. But I'm not even exaggerating. This was a really long, uh, it was really long a chant for him. Oh, there it is. There goes the hand. And there goes Chucky. He is literally about to see how he dies. Because that fan ultimately kills him. Hmm. God damn. That's a lot of trash. People really need to clean up after themselves with that. Jeez. But that is the end of the movie. A shot of this park as everything shuts down. And that's how this movie ends. So, Child's Play 3. I need to see Seed of Chuppy for me to see if this is the worst movie or if that movie is the worst one. Because, to be honest, these two movies are widely regarded as two of the worst movies in the Chucky franchise. Again, not including the Child's Play 2019 remake because obvious reasons. But yeah, still, uh, see for me, it was better than what I remember it being, but I still don't think it's a good it's far from the worst horror movie I've ever seen or worst movie in general, period, that I've seen. Um, because the acting was actually pretty good. There were some funny moments between some of the characters. Some of the others kind of made me feel like okay. And once again, Brad Dourif was the literal star of the show as Chucky. Um, but I will say, with the actor that played as Andy in this movie, he actually didn't do too bad of a job playing as Andy in this one. Still, I will still say Alex Vincent out of as Andy was still better in both Child's Play 1 and 2 compared to this. But not as bad as, people probably make him out to be. Maybe. I don't know how other people feel about his acting. Um, I will honestly say, to me, my favorite moment in this movie was probably because of how realistic it looked and how dark it was. Because again, you don't really see too many dark moments in a Chucky movie. That being that moment where that whole moment where both teams meet up and a bit of a battle ensues, but again, one team doesn't realize but neither team realizes that one of the team's ammo was replaced with actual ammo instead of paint ammo. Yeah, that's why I like it because of the fact that you don't really see too many dark moments, and it's done. But with how the characters are portrayed after it goes down, it made me wonder how many of those characters probably will likely have PTSD from what happened. But at the same time, I didn't really like the carnival part that happened immediately after that because if we're being honest, it would have been better for them not to have used that carnival as the final battle, where everything comes to an end. Because to me, if it were to happen in the woods, then I would be like, dude, this is where Chucky should have his comeuppance. Uh, well, you know what I'm saying, where he should be killed because um because he killed people for literally no reason other than because he's a sick motherfucker. And so for him to die in the woods in some way, to me it would have been poetic justice. But still, his death scene was a pretty good one at the same time. But yeah. So if I were to give this movie, I think on IMDb it was probably, I think it was rated a 5 out of 10. I probably would give it that as well, like a 5 or 6 out of 10. Because while I won't say it's the worst horror movie I've ever seen, I will say it's probably the second, if not third, worst Chucky movie I've seen. Because I haven't seen Bride or Seed of Chucky, and that's really when the series goes from being the horror movie that the first two movies were known to be, and partly number three, but going into the horror comedy that the two films would be known for, which some people like, other people don't like. For me, it's an okay combination as long as the scares and the funny moments are done just right. A la Us from 2019, because I consider it a bit of a horror comedy because I mean it's from Jordan Peele, so of course it's gonna have some comedic moments in it. Uh, so yeah. With that being said, tomorrow night I will probably do another watch along stream with Bride and Seed of Chucky, if not also Curse of Chucky. Either way, we'll see how that goes. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this movie along with me, even if it was to a smaller degree. But with that said, you got everybody have a good rest of your day or night or whatever day, whatever time you're watching this. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forrest Walpole signing off.